Good morning and welcome to our Sunday morning virtual service. My name is Reverend James Parker and it's just such a pleasure to be here with you today. Well, we're in a great time now and we have a great service ahead for us today. I want you to stay with this service that we have, to make an appointment, an agreement with yourself to stay on point so that we may grow spiritually together and change our world. Well, let's get into it. Let's begin with a little meditation so we can allow ourselves to become grounded and come into the presence and power of God working in our lives. So I ask you now to go within. And just allow yourself to breathe through this experience. With every breath, allowing yourself to go deeper within. Connecting, linking, coming into oneness with God. So now turn away from all that is around you. Come into this now moment. Come into peace with yourself and all things in your life. Allow yourself to simply relax. In this opening, in this presence that we have with God, we make way for blessings for our spiritual community and the people we love. We send out blessings to Scotty and Shar. We send blessings out to Reverend Amira and her lovely partner. Sending blessings out to Linda Tinson and all those who are in cooperation and light and love in our community. Blessings going out to Margaret Carol Stiegel. Blessings going out to Norman and Bill. Blessings going out now to all those we love, all those we share ideas and concepts and wonder with. Blessings out to our staff, our board, our cabinet. Blessings out to our youth. Sending blessings out now to your friends, your families, to the people you love. Sending blessings out into our environment, seeing it lifted up, brought into oneness and wholeness. We send blessings to peace on our earth, to bringing forth positive change and goodness. We see all families affected by violence of any kind coming into oneness and being nurtured by the love that we're sending forth. We see blessings now coming in the form of prosperity into our community through your gifts, through your tithes, through your offerings. We see all good things overflowing as we give back now, paying it forward to our community, to our world. And now let's take a moment of silence and allow the Spirit of God to now do the perfect work in us. Heavenly Mother, Father, everything God, we stand on truth. We stand on love. We stand on diversity. We stand on uplifting the less fortunate. We stand on peace around the world. We ask that you grant us the power to do the perfect work, your perfect work, to receive the call and to go out and make a difference, to make a change in the world. Continue to bless those who are serving and giving of themselves. Bless the nurses, the doctors, the hospitals. Bless all those who are standing on the front line of your truth. God, remove any ego now. Remove any fear, any ignorance, any insensitivity from from our society, our networks. Allow us to come forth in your perfect way. More of you, God, less of me. More of you, God, less of me. More of you, God, less of me. Thank you, God. Thank you for your peace, power, your expression, the way you communicate through your perfect intuition and the signs you give us. Thank you for the love, the essence that is within us that we send forth through our blessings and our gifts. Thank you in all ways. And we see it happening now in the name and the very nature of Jesus the Christ. And so it is. Amen. Well, friends, thank you again for being with me today. Thank you for allowing for this opportunity for us to go forth in a more powerful way, in a more positive and expressive way. We have some great stuff to talk about today. Today we take the spiritual journey in the book, The Four Agreements, Part 1. And the beauty about this particular expression is that it allows us to make some very positive changes in our lives, changes that we'll see almost instantly. You know, over the next few weeks, you will discover or rediscover how to be impeccable with your word, to don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. Don Miguel Ruiz, he said, death is not the biggest fear we have. The biggest fear we have is taking risks to be alive and express what we really are. Are you ready to take the risk to be alive, to express who you really are? The first agreement is the most important one, but it's also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just this first agreement, you will be able to transcend to a level of existence called heaven on earth. Being impeccable with your word it sounds very simple, but it's very, very powerful. Think about the fact that your word is the power you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. In the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1, it says, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God. Your word has spiritual power. Through your word, you express the power of creativity. Through your word, you can manifest everything. Regardless of the language you speak, your intent will always be manifest through the word. How you dream, how you feel, what you really are, will all be manifested through the word. The word is not just a sound or a written symbol. It is a force. It is the power you have to create, to express, to communicate, to think, and thereby be creative in the events of your life. You know, it has been said that we all live within a spectrum of heavenly bliss and hellish suffering. Your word is the greater power, the greater tool that you have as a human. It is the tool of magic. But like a sword with two edges, your word has the power to create beautiful dreams or to destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which will create a living hell. The other word is the very life of the word, the goodness of the word, the idea of the word, which can only bring forth light and blessings and creativity and heaven on earth. Depending on how you use your word, your impeccability with it, you can have a free and safe life, or you can enslave yourself more than you even know. You know, the word is so powerful that it has the power to change one life or destroy the lives of millions of people. Some years ago, one man in Germany, through the power of his word, manipulated a whole country of intelligent people. He led the people into a world war with just the power of his word. He convinced others to commit some of the most atrocious acts of violence. He activated the people's fear through the word, and like an explosion, there was killing and war all around the world. All over the world, humans were destroying other humans because of the differences they had, because of the ignorance and lack of wisdom that they had about others. This man, through his fear-based beliefs and agreements, will be remembered for centuries. Unfortunately, this active fear is still prevalent today, and we cannot allow it to surface, take shape, or to come or continue in its stride. You see, impeccable means without sin. It means without error. It means hitting the target. To be impeccable with your word without sin or error, in a sense, represents not doing anything against yourself. So the agreement that you're making today is to not use words that are against yourself. Can you do that with me? You see, words, they are very, very powerful. With words, we can become mature spiritually. We can become warriors. We can break free of the shackles of implanted false ideas. Words create our reality. We act on what we tell ourselves is real. Albert Ellis, he said, we must screen our self-talk for negative, irrational chatter. What do you say when you describe reality? Do you lie and say hurtful, unhealthy, or poisonous things about yourself or others? Our word has the power to set us free or to enslave us. It can bring us happiness or misery. It can build us up or destroy us. Our word can bring us peace or conflict. Being impeccable with our word means to be truthful and to say things that have a positive influence on ourselves and others. There are words that cannot be unsaid once they've been spoken. Such words, once uttered, can have a lasting and damaging effect on our relationships and on ourselves. So the ideal is to improve our lives by altering the conversations we're having with ourselves and others. To completely turn away from the conversations we're having with the ego. To come into a frame of mind of knowing that to be impeccable with our words, to become impeccable with our words, means that we take responsibility for our actions, while at the same time we don't blame ourselves for making less than perfect choices. Let's take a look at some ways we can begin to be impeccable with our word. Number one, notice when you're saying something out of habit that's not actually true. Think about how many times you've said to yourself, I don't have enough time to get everything done. Is that true? Instead of repeating that thought over and over again, why not do the thing you want to get done? Why not just finish what you start? And then always remind yourself by asking the question, is that thought true, or is it just an habitual thought I have? Number two, shift slightly to a more positive statement of where you are. Shift, I'm too tired to I'm so excited to be able to lay my head down tonight. Shift, I am so busy to I am thankful to have so many wonderful things to fill my days. Even though it's just a slight shift, you'll feel better. And the energy of what you were saying will feel completely different. Number three, instead of speaking about what you don't have or what's gone wrong, why not speak about the solutions for what you hope for? Think about it. We have this great idea, we have this great awareness of our truth. We're trying to come into the impeccability of our word. We have to think about the language we're using. We have to come into an understanding of thinking about the possibilities of what can go right in the future. Speak with excitement about the new ideas and inspiration that are on their way to you. That way you'll bring forth the benefits and the goodness of spirit. Number 4, don't gossip. If you catch yourself gossiping or around someone who gossips or who's using negativity, shift the conversation towards something that is will interest them in a different way. When you change the subject to a more positive or spiritual way, it is a very powerful tool to utilize. A quick change of subject to a lighter, more positive direction will bring a more positive interest to the person or persons you're with. Number 5, practice tuning into yourself. Ask yourself, how do I feel right now? If you're feeling good, you will think and speak with integrity and in alignment. If you're feeling bad, you will think and speak out of integrity. It's easy and simple to think in integrity. Just find what makes you feel good. Find that thought that makes you feel good and stay with it. Not allowing yourself to be detoured or distracted by any negativity. By doing that, you will come into a new expression of knowing and allow yourself to feel good at the same time. Friends, if you just allow yourself to come into using just these simple measures to be impeccable with your word, you will change your life completely for the better. Let's take a moment and watch the video.
I struggle with the first agreement almost on a daily basis because it's not as easy as it seems. For me, being impeccable with my word is very much around being very deliberate and thoughtful about anything that I speak, anything that I write, even in my journal.
To be impeccable with your word, you have to have a keen sense of what you want to say. So a keen sense of intent, what do I want to say, and then action to use my intent to back that up with my words. So it's first to understand what do I want to say, and then how do I want to say it.
I love the fact that the impeccability is about me. And if I intend well, that things will be well. So let's talk about the first agreement. Be impeccable with your word. Being impeccable with your word is the correct use of your energy. It means to use your energy in the direction of truth and love for yourself. If you make an agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, just with that intention alone, the truth will manifest through you and clean all the emotional poison that exists within you. If you just did that one,
it's enough to
everything would change.
Yes, it's enough to live your life in heaven, we can say in that way.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about that this morning, and because I knew I was going to be talking to you, it was one of the reasons I was late and the whole day is because I had said to myself, I'm going to work out 30 minutes. Then I got on the treadmill and I realized, well, maybe I won't make it 30. And this is what I know, and I know many of you have done this too, who are listening to us in different places in the world. You are far more impeccable. I find this for myself. I'm far more impeccable when it comes to other people than I am to myself. If I tell somebody I'm going to do something for them, I show up, I do it no matter what. If I tell myself, oh, I'm going to work out, I'm not going to eat that thing, I'm not going to do that anymore, I am not as impeccable with myself. And that's why this is such a powerful one, because if you are impeccable with yourself, everything changes.
Yes, we can say that whatever we want to change, first we need to start with ourselves.
Yep.
We cannot give what we don't have.
No, we cannot. So is that the most important one of the four, do you think?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Being impeccable with your word.
Yes, because that represents you. To be impeccable with the word is even much more than just do what you say you will do.
It's more than that.
Much more than that.
Yes.
You just change yourself, and just like magic, everything starts changing around you.
Yeah.
Friends, being impeccable with your word means not saying words or having thoughts that are out of integrity, but using words and thoughts that make you feel good. Since words and thoughts are choices, Learn how to speak and think with purpose. Begin today. Think and speak with integrity. Think and speak only what you mean. Think and speak only what you truly desire. Think and speak the truth about yourself and others. And then pay attention as your temperament and your awareness shifts to hopefulness, enlightenment, and spiritual growth as you become a magnet for good, creativity, and divine ideas. Remind yourself, friends, that your greater prosperity is embedded in the words you use. Use words with love and integrity, and you will manifest heavenly bliss and goodness for the rest of your days. Are you willing to do this with me? Well, thank you all, and God bless you. Well, now we've come to that part of our service where we open our hearts to give. And I'm asking you today to really give, to dig deep and give from a place of light and love. Give from a place of goodness. Give from a place of cheerfulness. Open the way so that we may do extra and perfect work here in our ministry to support our world and our community. Now, there are 3 ways that you can give. You can hit the donate button there on our website, or you can text us at 773-492-8772. Or always send us a check to 2650 West Montrose, Suite 110, Chicago, Illinois, 60618. And now I ask you to take that gift and send energy from your heart into that gift. Send love into that gift, knowing that as we send out love, love will return to us in the perfect way. And let us say our offertory blessing together. Divine love, richly flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful for the blessings of this day. I am grateful for the blessings on the way. And so it is. Friends, if you prayed that prayer with us, you are moving energy and substance out in the universe, and it will return to you in the perfect way. But let's take a moment now to pray. Let us send out the gift of our blessings. Heavenly Mother, Father, everything God, thank you for these gifts we receive. We know they come from those who love you, who are watching us here today. We ask that you take those gifts and now return them tenfold, 20-fold, 100-fold in your expression in any way you see fit. Fill their bank accounts, fill their pockets. Remove any doubt, any debt. Remove any burden. Allow them to come forth in your perfect way to receive always the goodness and the blessings of your gifts to them and to their families. Now, God, we say more of you, less of me, as we ask you to direct us in our next steps, to bring us the presence and power of the signs and visions that we need to have our prosperity and perfect health come forth. And we give thanks in advance that it is already so, and so it is. Amen. Well, friends, thanks again for coming forth. I am receiving your letters and cards, and I just want you to know that I am enjoying them. I'm always open to receiving any communications because I deem your communications as blessings, and I appreciate them so much. We here at Chicago Unity have always been open and receptive to the goodness of your gifts and your love. So continue to send your love. Continue to send your gifts. We love you. And now let us say our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Well, friends, thanks again. Stay safe. Stay warm. Don't become too involved. I love you. We'll see you soon.